Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I'm your host, Caitlin Leggett for NPR's WNC Radio. I am here with the amazing Mr. Cornell Jones.
Come on, talk about it.
Let's see. You really do it all. Let's go from producing, on air, ESPN, Anscape. Where do we start? What would you kind of categorize your job title as?
Officially, I would say I am a feature producer, voiceover talent, and on-air host. So, but I just like people, man. I love to tell people stories. I love to talk to people. I love to get to know people. And that's what I've done throughout my tenure at ESPN. It's been about 9 years now with the 2-year break with the Hornets. And now with Anscape, which is still under the ESPN umbrella. Mm-hmm. And just telling amazing stories and even transitioning to Mad Miles. I think we tell stories every week. Mm-hmm. And that's my goal. That's my passion. And it's been fun doing it.
What can I say? I'm trying to get there. So you went to Winston-Salem State University. Tell me how that kind of started your career here.
No, for sure. And I'm going to look into the camera on this one. Winston-Salem State University, I always say thank you. That's where my base is in Manassas, Virginia. My parents just helped me grow into the person I am. Mm-hmm. But Winston-Salem State kind of took it to that next level. It was just everything I needed. The atmosphere was amazing. The people were amazing. I got to be very involved early on. And then my senior year, it just went to a different level, being Mr. Winston-Salem State University, being able to travel and represent the school in different spaces and meet different people. It set me up for every situation I've had in my adult or professional career. So I can't say thank you enough to Winston, and it's been amazing ever since. Mm-hmm. We always get back, too.
I know that's right. And that's what I was going to say. So being at Mad Miles, it kind of mimics that feeling of a summer day at a HBCU on the yard, sure. Right? You have the community out there. You have the aspect of being able to, really be out there running and being healthy at the same time. But then you also have, the DJ, how did you really curate that?
Yeah, so for me, I enjoy days on the yard. I enjoy homecoming. I enjoy the vibes. Again, if you went to any HBCU, like any day that's hot, they're going to throw out a DJ. They're going to have some food. They're going to do whatever. And we're just going to vibe out. Some people skip class. Some people figure it out. But here at Mad Miles, it's the same thing. I wanted to make sure we had a DJ every single week. A lot of run clubs don't do that, but I wanted to make sure I invested in that atmosphere and that energy, and also supporting our DJs, right? So DJ Tremont Jamal is here tonight, and DJ King is our typical DJ, but Livingstone and Winston alums respectively. So I wanted to make sure that energy was always felt. My wife is an AKA as well, and I'm an alpha. Right. Yeah, so we just have that deep in our DNA, and we love to host. And so this is like pretty much just a party every week that we host, and we work out too. And it's just like the best of all the world that you can imagine.
So going back, Mad Miles just started up as a group of your friends running. So tell me, how was that growth from there to here?
Yeah, it's been amazing. For me, it started a mile a day journey in January 1st, 2019. So I ran track and field and cross country at Winston. And then in my mid-20s, I just got really lazy while I was working. I just started to grind and just stopped working out. And then when I turned 29, I was in Hartford, Connecticut. And I was like, I got to get back out there. I'm feeling slow. I'm feeling sluggish. And I challenged myself to do a mile a day. And luckily, my friends, I was just posting on social in my stories. And they were like, I got you for this month. Or I got you for this week. Or I got you for three months. And I'm like, all right, bet. And after about 6 months, I was posting, and I feel like every single day I was posting to my own personal story. It was like 30 posts of people running with me. And then that led into the pandemic. And I moved down to Charlotte, and everybody was just sitting inside, but people were still running with me. So I was like, let's make this official. Let's do something. Let's call this thing Mad Miles Run Club. And we're just going to run, post your stories. I'll repost it on this page. And then it just literally took off from there. We ended up having probably about 170 to 180 people checking in with us weekly during the pandemic. And then in 2021, we started our in-person runs and took off.
So where is that number at now?
Oh, the number is crazy. I mean, I think weekly now, even during the winter time, which is wild. I think last week we had about 575 people out here. And again, it's early March today. It's cold, but I'm still anticipating we get, in the hundreds. And it's, every time I look at it, I'm just in awe and I'm in shock that so many people come out for positivity, for health, and fellowship. And I guess it shouldn't surprise me, but I'm just glad that people are putting their health first and community first and learning something from it.
And I think it is like maybe a little bit of a trope, but more so that it is kind of, I want to say, I guess the idea that we would think that we wouldn't come out for something like this, right? We'll go out to a game, we'll go out to the clubs, but will we really come out to run? And I think that's so exciting to see that we'll invest in ourselves like that and invest in our own communities. So from Mad Miles has come a nonprofit. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so More Than Miles is our nonprofit that we created. It's our nonprofit arm of Mad Miles, and we wanted to make sure that we gave back, right? Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing we wanted to do is make sure we give back and teach people about running, teach people about a healthy lifestyle. But we also understand people need some dollars, right? And people need funds and support. So we do different things like feeding the less fortunate. We'll go out. We've done some community events. We just gave away over 1,000 pair of shoes with On Running to the community in need who wanted to learn about running. We also have scholarships that we give away. In December, we did our first one. Tiffany Jacobs, Winston-Salem State University student, $2,500, which is amazing. And we can't wait to just keep knocking that number up and getting more students involved and getting in the community. That's what it's all about.
So talk to me a little bit about what the mission has become for Mad Miles.
Yeah, the mission has always been run together, grow together. And I think that is it's simple and it means what it means, right? It's we're going to run together, but we're also going to grow together. And that speaks to the consistency of all these people who keep coming out week after week. I think when I mentioned I'm a little shocked, that's what I'm most shocked at. Is people are like, no, I'm here. I'm active. I don't care if it's 30 degrees. I don't care if it's 20 degrees. It can be 90 degrees. I'm outside every Tuesday and Saturday. And you want to ask more days too? Monday, Thursday, come on, let's get it. So people are asking to do more. Yeah, so it's wild, but it's fun.
So where are you hoping to take it from here? Because no one could have really imagined how quickly it could have grown and the heights that it could have already reached. So where do you hope to take it?
Oh, my mind is all over the place. I can't wait to just kind of take over the world a little bit, but really just continue to create community on a larger scale. We're going to do some pop-up runs in some different spaces this summer, in Atlanta, in DC, and things of that nature. Just to kind of spread our wings a little bit. And we're also going to start hitting these larger races, these marathons in Boston, and hopefully in France in 2024 where the Olympics are. We just want to spread our wings a little bit and still impact Charlotte. And hopefully, get a space and, have just energy all the time, every single day. That's our goal.
And so this has a lot of overlap, even with your own personal business with Anscape and with ESPN, just kind of that theme of sports and culture. And so talk to me a little bit about where you're hoping to take your own career.
Oh, yeah. For my career, it's like I said, it's continue to amplify stories. I just recently told a story of Mr. Rudy Smith. He's an 80-year-old gentleman who just completed a marathon for the 30th year in a row at Disney. And telling stories like that, inspired me. And I think it inspires other people. So I just want to continue to do that at the highest level. And I think ESPN is that highest space that you can get right now. So really just continue to tell those stories and letting people know that there are stories of us that you need to hear about. Just more than, a regular little hit here or there, but even HBCUs, that's one of my kind of deep passions as well within my job is telling those stories consistently. So the sky's the limit for that as well. I'll be doing a whole lot more hosting coming up soon and a whole lot more voiceovers and stuff like that. But yeah, just continue to tell stories. That's it.
And so what are some of the ways that you kind of try to amplify our voice, just as far as knowing in the media space, sometimes it's hard for Black creators to tell the stories that we want to tell just because of, the things that have been kind of implemented into our systems and the people that are in power. So how do you go out of your way to do that?
Oh, I just make sure that, especially in this day and age with social media, I think that we can literally pick up a camera, we can pick up a phone, and we can tell our own quick stories, right? And I think that the connections, especially out here too, it's there's just good people here. And when you talk to people and then when you do good by people, they're like, oh, hey, I actually have this connect and I have this connect. Let's see if we can do this and do that. And then if you already have the content ready for them, it's like, hey, well, yeah, here it is. And let's tell this story. So I think that just being a good person, number one, and having other people at the forefront of your mind will just continue to tell those stories and take them to a different level. With this social landscape, it's going to be wild.
So you've been in front of the camera, behind it, and there's been a recent push for diversity in newsrooms. But historically, we haven't always seen that. So what has been your experience in the field, taking up space in the media and journalism field?
That's one thing I will give, not one thing, one of the many things I'll give to ESPN and Disney, who is our parent company. They've always pushed for diversity in front of the camera and behind the camera, especially at ESPN. When you turn on the TV, you're always going to see Stephen A. Smith, you're going to see Jay Harris, back in the day, Stuart Scott, and different people like that. But I think as far as behind the scenes, we have a whole lot more work to do in the producer, and in the coordinating producer, and in the vice president roles. That's where we need to see our face a little bit more, because that's where the important stories are being told and the decisions to tell those stories are being told. So I tell people all the time, like, being in front of the camera is amazing. I have aspirations to do it. I still do it to this day. But I also want to have an impact in the boardroom, right? I want to have an impact in that space and have decision-making power is what I want to say. So I hope everybody has a balance between that. And I hope that these companies are continuing to push that narrative post-2020, we're trying to tell Black stories. So I want to make sure that continues to happen throughout the next 50, 60, 70 years.
Absolutely. So let everybody know where they can stay tuned in with you, with Mad Miles, what days we coming out, where we going, all of that.
No, for sure. So you can follow me all over at Cornell W. Jones on all platforms. Mad Miles Run Club on all platforms as well. We run on Tuesdays and Saturdays in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tuesdays at Camp North End, 1701 North Graham Street at 6:30. And Saturdays at Elizabeth Park, 101 North Kings Drive at 10 o'clock a.m. Pull up on the squad. Hey, look, we add Mondays too. I almost forgot. Add social status on Mondays now. And then the first Thursdays of the month, we're going to be doing a long run, which is 6-mile runs on Thursday, the first Thursday of the month. So just tap in, follow along. We're going to get you right.
I'll see y'all on Tuesdays. That's all I can do for you. But I want to thank you for tuning in with us and, giving us a little bit of your time.
No problem. I appreciate you.